What's up, everybody? This is Fatima, and I'm here to spread some truth and enlightenment and clarity about the differences between the twin flame, karmic, divine partner, soulmate relationship. Okay, so thank you, first of all, everyone, for your support. Thank you for tapping in with me and allowing me to bring clarity and truth into your situation, your life. I hope to bring more. Okay, so we're going to start with the concept of the twin flame, okay, and the divine partner. We want to start with the positivity first. Okay, so the concept of the twin flame is your soul's other half. Okay, who you are in the 3D is attached to a soul from the higher spirit. Okay, all right. Your the connection is often seen as a permanent person, as a destiny, somebody you're meant to be with for the rest of your life. The purpose of a twin flame is to spiritually help you evolve while you are here on this Malkuth. Okay? The purpose of the twin flame is to awaken you so that you can find one another. The trick is that the challenge first is that it can be very intense. You can experience a lot of tumultuous situations, scenarios when it comes to separation in the dynamic. Now, because we are supposed to have God first, the Most High, in our life, a lot of people are placing the twin flame concept on you, thinking that you need to be attached to another person when you are your twin flame. The twin is the person that you see within yourself. And then because of programming, you often look for yourself in others. And then when you go through an awakening, you discover yourself because you feel like you've met the person that you've loved so deeply, and a challenge came, and it caused some type of um, near death experience where you had to experience the loss of a person. Okay. One thing about the twin flame is you will always be connected. If you are a feminine, your twin could be a masculine. If you are masculine, your twin could be a feminine. Your twin could be of the same sex as you. It's however you perceive them to be. It is your twin. Now, when you are healed, after you've gone through an awakening, you will attract your true twin flame soulmate, the one that is healed, and you are healed, and you are meant to grow. That goes into a divine partnership. Divine partnership is one that you are spiritually guided um, to be in a companionship with. Okay, the connection focuses mainly on the growth and ascension. Okay, so some people may be in relationship with their true person, while others are also in connection with a divine partner. Okay, the idea of lust, greed, and those things come into play, and people get the concept mixed up, and they often um, create scenarios based off of jealousy and things like that because of lack of understanding and lack of spiritual growth. The connection, the purpose of the divine partner now is that it supports spiritual growth and life transitions. It's similar to a twin flame experience, except your divine partner, some you may have someone you have a spiritual connection with, someone that will help you to grow. Now, um, this is the person that is seen on the streets as the spiritual spouse. Okay. But the idea of a spiritual spouse is a facade that you have to be codependent on that person when you're supposed to rely on Most High and on self. And so that you can balance, because there is a polar opposite of the self, the positive and negative. The divine partner will be able to awaken you in a sense that you will share some type of spiritual connection. Okay. But there are boundaries there. The challenge is that growth and love is the focus. Okay. So, growth and ascension is with the twin flame. The twin flame represents the other half of your soul. And the divine partner is a chosen counterpart from the divine that's meant to facilitate that spiritual growth. So here's more of the breakdown. So the twin flame, often seen as the soul's other half, it is the mirror image of the self, a connection that is seen as something permanent. The person you're supposed to be with your whole life. Okay, you've known them before. They feel familiar to you. You're destined to come together regardless of any circumstances. When it comes to your twin flame, nothing will break y'all apart. Regardless of what separation happens, you always come back together. It is a magnetic attraction, the opposite of you. The journey with a twin flame is often viewed as a catalyst, okay, for a spiritual evolution and unification. The twin flame can be characterized by like an intense and almost overwhelming sense of recognition and belonging. So it can be, it's important to remember that it's not a requirement to be with the person, because someone could be in a karmic relationship. And that's where the journey gets a little bit complicated, and I'm going to go into that. Okay, so twin flames can be tumultuous in a sense that they can lead to separation and or growth, depending on the individual's ability to face and resolve the situation between one another. So when it comes to the challenge of separation, someone may choose the path and then someone else will abandon the path because of a karmic scenario that they chose based on illusion and temptation. Okay, the twin relationships are believed to lead to union even if the parties once the parties are awakened to the higher purpose of the connection. That's when they come into union. And then oftentimes a karmic interference comes into play. That's when separation happens. We're talking about the twin flame. Now the divine partner is the person you're destined to be with on your spiritual journey. That is about the journey. Okay, so a person can marry their twin flame. Okay, the divine partner is someone that's there to guide you like a twin flame. It's similar. It's very tricky because it's similar. But the divine partner is someone that was chosen by the divine to help you along your spiritual journey due to maybe your twin flame not being in union with you because they may have chose a karmic scenario. So the divine partner is supposed to support you and uplift you and allow you'll do that for one another. It's reciprocated and it allows you to reach your highest potential. There's no hate, there's all love, there's support, there's understanding, there's unconditional love. Okay? The relationship will be focused on growth and love, where each person can bring their best qualities out in each other. You push each other to grow. And there's none of that. It's no misunderstanding. It's what's understood what needs to be explained because you could just feel it in your soul. Excuse me. Okay, so the focus is that they will be there to guide and help you in situations where you may feel stuck, or it's the duality, it's the balance. It's like a twin flame, except the twin flame is the person that they're meant to be with. The divine partner is the one that the divine guided them, you both to be in one another, one another, other. Okay, Mercury, one in another's lives to cause growth based on the twin flame awakening. Okay, so your divine partner will already be awakened and they're already ready to love and support and grow with the divine partner. They don't come in with illusion and intent to disrupt. Okay, they come in with clear intention and peace. Okay, um, they're there to help with necessary life transitions, right? So, in many spiritual beliefs, the karmic soulmates act as the catalyst. for the spiritual growth and the spiritual awakening, often through intense emotional and challenging experiences. So, what is the karmic? This is where the misconception comes into play because it's a three-part scenario here. It's you, your twin, your twin, and then there's the karmic. And then when there's a karmic, the person that chose to abandon the journey is often looked at as the fallen one. That is the one that chose to go the other way. They may have been tempted based on material, lust, greed, whatever. Okay, in the realm of spiritual beliefs, a karmic soulmate is a relationship that's believed to be a significant karmic connection. Karma being bad judgment. Dharma is actually good judgment. Okay, so it involves unresolved issues from the past life, unfinished scenarios, unfinished business. So you'll meet them in this life and you repeat the same scenario because the lesson has not been learned. And so when you are in a comfort zone too long, this karmic 1111 and 111 I just saw, when you are in a scenario where you're sitting too long, the karmic, which can be a family member, a friend, a co-worker, somebody in the neighborhood. They are meant to influence you based on your beliefs, and they are meant to tempt you, and they come in the form of an illusion to take you off the journey because it's all about our spiritual growth. Okay, but often we get stuck in the 3D in man's world, but man does not give us the blessings, they give us the lessons. Okay, so the catalyst for awakening is that these relationships will sometimes be very painful, the ones you got to break your heart to heal your heart. Okay, so they're seen as opportunities for a spiritual awakening, and they force people to confront and heal unresolved patterns. So the karmics could be the mother, the father, the sister, the brother. They don't all have to be bad, but they all bring us the lessons. Like you have this person, this friend that shows you what bad friends are like. And how do they do that? By being a bad friend. You have a family member, shows you how family can stab you in the back. And what do? Stab you in the back. So those are karmics. You have Jezebel spirits that or the spirit of a Delilah, right? Which will try to tempt you and throw you off and steal your gifts because of jealousy, greed, hate, um, lust, different things that the seven deadly sins talk about due to a lack of spiritual growth, lack of belief in oneself, lack of awareness, lack of no God, no peace, no spirituality, and they like to just hear and just on a dosey do, and they just rebounding in relationships, and they think that you get over one, you get another one. They never stop to heal, but at some point you are at some point on your journey you're meant to awaken. Some are meant to unconsciously stay where they are, and some are meant to awaken. So what happens is the unconscious will call the awakened crazy, and the awakened will see the craziness in the unconscious. So it becomes just like the book of Revelation. So these relationships will sometimes, like I said, be painful. It'll reflect unresolved wounds and behaviors that ultimately lead to greater self-awareness and personal growth. So the karmic soulmate leads you to the twin flame by them being a false twin flame. Okay, some people getting in partnerships with false twin flames, thinking that that's their person, but really they're the karmics. And then you end up having a child because it's energy. A child is created because you might have got out of one relationship and found somebody else, and what happened is you created based off of that, out of that energy. So the child is created, and now that child has to heal from toxic family dynamics or lessons that the parents are not um, that have not learned those lessons or are unwilling to change because they can be fixed. Oftentimes, the karmic soulmate could be the fixed signs of Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus, because the relationship could be in the mind and based off of lie and illusion. Scorpio is all about the desires. They want what they want. They like what they like. Stop at nothing to get it. can be very vindictive, can be very dark, put you in the dark. It can be spells, all kinds of stuff that can be done to manipulate a person's growth. That comes in the form of people trying to emotionally manipulate people into being 1515, into being in relationships where they are not aware that they're being manipulated based off of the woman using her sexual power of lust to create a karmic contract with the divine masculine, or vice versa, because the masculine could be operating out of a feminine aspect, and because they're insecure, which Leo teaches us the lesson to be fierce, have courage, follow your heart. But oftentimes they're following their head and not their heart. Some people are following their um, heart and not their head. I think I just said that, but in reverse. I'm not gonna keep playing because Mercury is doing me a big favor right now. So that's where we're gonna leave it. So the intensity of the karmic relationship can stem from the need to address karmic debts, lessons from the past, things that come up. And so what happens is 1616 on the clock, Mercury retrograde will continue to bring these patterns up that we need to look at within self, and the situations and the contracts we created based on the mask being worn at the time that we got in these scenarios. I was about to say situation. You may experience an intense, passionate connection, and the challenge is going to force you to reflect on self. Take a time out and look at yourself, because you think you found your twin in a person, and really they were the shadow aspect of you. They reflected an unhealed version of you, and then you became codependent on a person based on an illusion of temptation. Okay. So twin flame and karmic soulmates are sometimes really like interchangeable. They have distinct meanings. Twin flame is a higher, more harmonious connection with the divine, while karmic soulmates are destined to help people learn and heal. Like you're gonna learn today. Okay. So the karmic lovers can trigger they'll trigger you constantly until you learn to put up boundaries, until you learn to stand up for yourself, until you no longer look at material or possessions, which is the lesson from Taurus, as a means of completing you, or thinking that you're better than others because of what you have, or thinking that because anything you have in the material, some people get money because money is energy, money is currency. However, people may not even have a healthy relationship with their money, and they might not have a healthy relationship with themselves. So if you don't have a healthy relationship with your money, it's a reflection of yourself, because money is energy. And although we need money in the physical realm, it has no value in the spirit. Okay, it's more of the karmic connection is more of a block that keeps you from the path, and it keeps you stuck, because you're looking to reap um, what you have sown, based off of a promise. You think you go into a relationship or situation thinking you're going to get something, but then you'll lack true love of self, you'll lack spirituality, you'll lack growth, and then you end up with baby mothers or baby fathers, or situations where you feel stuck. Those are the karmics, the ones that are meant to teach you a lesson, or the ones that are meant to help you heal. Depends on which role you play. You can be the healer, or you can be the one that plays the one that tempts. But it's tricky, because you'll know which role you played if you healed and if the other didn't. And then they go into the way that the karmic fixes the scenario is that they go and get in another karmic connection with someone else, thinking that they've leveled up, they've bettered themselves, and really there's a repeated lesson of a pattern based on a person thinking that they're now going to get something better. And some people actually do move on, but into something better. But you have to look at the dynamic, because if you're still taking losses, if you're still in debt, if your health is bad, if you're going through you know hard times and hardships from where you came from, if it was already tough, then you have to look at the energy you carry. Because when you look at the scales of Libra, the energy needs a cause and an effect. And so, like when I say people are looking to do do, karma has to have a partner. And so Mercury retrograde brings around karmic partners. You want to get in another ship? You want to get another contract you don't want. You want to get another a lesson that you were supposed to learn last time. So the many people are attracting spirits that are just like the ones from their past. So when people be like, "Why I keep attracting the same type of people?" Well, because that's the same spirit in a different body. Because you have a type. Your twin flame is someone that maybe you could be because it's your twin. So you look good, your twin is gonna look good, right? Okay, but your divine partner may be somebody that you don't expect to look like. They might not be your type. They might be someone that, but there's someone that brings peace and happiness. Okay, a karmic partner and a twin flame can trigger spiritual awakenings. They will trigger you throughout your life as you heal. But after a while, the triggers will diminish. It will no longer have an effect once you find your inner peace and you find your soul. Because if you were a lost soul from the jump, even if you grew up in a dynamic of religion, okay, well, we all have to learn a lesson. Some people grew up without religion, some people grew up with religion, and the roles become flipped throughout the journey. And so you meet your twin flame. One person may have grew up with religion, some people may have grew up without. And so you teach each other these lessons. But either way, you have to have a holy divine connection with the divine spirit. And you have to have balance in the because it's duality. You have to have balance with as above, so below. Okay. But they teach people to be in fear of that. So their words, and so it depends on how these words are used because words will trigger people until you learn the language of karmic law. Okay, it's just like learning the language of the regular law. You have to learn the language of karmic law. A twin flames bond is very likely to initiate the process of the spiritual awakening. So many people, the twin may have hurt you to your soul and ran off and ghosted you. Okay. Some people that didn't happen. Some people re-met their twin flame or reconnected with their twin flame after the person that did the work and healed. 2222 is on the clock right now. Okay. The karmics will shake us out of the complacency. So they will come in the form of thinking, making you think that they're your twin, right? But if there are lessons that are not learned, you have to be practical and put it into the perspective of, okay, has this person learned certain lessons that I've learned? Have I learned the lessons that they learned? And that's how you know if a person is a karmic or a twin flame. What happens when you meet your karmic? It's a person who you have a strong, deep, and complex connection with. Okay, it's believed to be the result of past life karma. Person's going to feel familiar. It's a familiar spirit. Could be coming in the form of a monitoring spirit. Okay, they come in the form on assignment to trick you and throw you off and keep the party going. Okay, so yeah, that's their purpose. So, like I said, karmic soulmates could be Pisces, Leo, Capricorn, Aries, Libra, Gemini, and Scorpio because these relationships with these people they bring deep emotional connections. These astral houses um, poke on your beliefs, your thought, your strength, your weaknesses, um, being able to take the lead in your life, your relationships, your desires. So this is why those zodiac signs are um, because they are opposite of the other signs. Okay, so let's see. The lesson of the karmic soulmate. The lesson is to be have empathy, patience, unconditional love, acceptance, boundaries, trust, belonging, strength, resilience, and connection with others. With becoming whole again. What triggers your spiritual awakening? A life changing event. Okay, um, marriages, divorces, births, um, crisis, anything that'll cause you to change, transform, sex changes, that can cause spiritual awakening, injuries to the body because they are like near death experiences. It's like you feel like you're losing a part of your soul, but you're gaining yourself, but you have to lose parts of yourself. But the karmics come in as a form to show you where you are weak and where you need to become strong. Okay, so now the karmic is a mirror of yourself, and when you're together, you see yourself in a person. Okay, that's why you hear people saying, "Hey, twin, hey, twin." Okay, they are just reflections. We're all mirrors for one another. Okay, karmic relationship is a type of romantic ship that is any kind of ship, or it's sometimes in a relationship that's based on an opportunity. Okay, but they can be very, very damaging to the the psyche. It can be very damaging to, because a lot of these karmic relationships come in the form of narcissists, which is a whole nother video. But the narcissist will feed off of the energy of you and others. They are the users of the dynamic. So they come in to use you, and the key is the lesson is to choose you, especially when they come to use you, because the devil brings confusion, right? So they come to confuse you. You don't know who you are. So they come to shake it up because you've been living in your other worth self for so long, okay? Kindred spirit. That's a relationship where you share the same interests, thoughts, beliefs, feelings, values, attitudes. Okay, people that are like you like the same things. Okay, you hit it off immediately. You know what I'm saying? And some people be like, I think I found the one. Pump break. Everybody ain't the one. Everybody ain't your king, and everybody ain't your queen. Okay, sometimes karmics stay together because of the fear of loss. And L's are really lessons to align you for blessings. And people are in fear of losing the lessons because they're trying to hold it together. With your twin, it just is. It's um there's no push pull. It just fits. It is the missing piece to the puzzle. The karmic is that's the manipulation, the control, the um codependency. Okay, and they're karmics are often attached to addictions, and we often feed off of one another when we are operating out of ego. Okay, and the relationships don't last. They become habitual. They go from one karmic to another. Okay, these are the ratchets of the spiritual realm. All right, let's see. How do you know if somebody's your soulmate? You will have an immediate deep connection. You'll feel completely yourself around them. Conversations will be effortless. You'll be able to finish each other's conversations. You'll have shared values, goals, unspoken understandings. You don't even have to say anything. Your soulmate will automatically understand you. They will resonate with your soul. Okay? There's no judgment. And it's often a feeling that you're on the same wavelength. Okay, so what you have to consider when you meet someone is if you feel a strong pull towards them, the connection. Okay, are they easy to communicate with? Okay, now often in a honeymoon phase of a karmic relationship, everybody appears and you have an instant connection. They communicate, but the universe gives you the planetary alignment to you don't have to understand astrology. You just have to understand the energy and how it works, because people come in wearing a mask. They don't want you to see what they're hiding, but in order for them to be accepted, they have to accept themselves. So they can come in the form of an illusion, lying to you about what they got, what they don't got, what this and that and all the other. But it's truly a reflection of, it's reflective of their representative. Okay, so some other key points to consider in any ship you get into is the shared values and goals, the support and the growth, the unconditional acceptance, your intuition and your gut feeling. Um there's no deception. Okay, nobody's trying to deceive you, but you have to use the gift of discernment. And the way you develop your discernment is by tapping into your five God given senses, by using your God given talents. As you use your senses, your talents will allow you to tap in to your sixth sense. We all have a sixth sense that connects us to Pisces. Pisces is what's hidden, the unknown truth, what we have to trust in. You may not see the Most High in the physical, but He operates in mysterious ways. So Pisces brings us the mystery of things. The divine brings us connections to help us understand the illusion and the confusion. Your divine partner is the one that you work with on the soul level. It is the unknown, and your twin flame is the one that you are actually supposed to work with. That the one you marry, you have children, where things are healed. You're an actual family. So your divine partner can actually trigger you because, like, if you grew up not knowing how to love, your twin may be in connect your divine partner may be in a connection with their twin flame, and they could show you what love is like by just being, because love just is. There is no manipulation. You don't have to make somebody be with you. You don't have to make someone love you. There's someone for everyone. Okay, so in summary, remember, during this retrograde, things are going to come up. Stay grounded. Stand in your truth. Keep doing the work on yourself. Keep loving yourself. I'm going to continue to put out messages. I am all about self-love and healing. Um, I'm all about clarity and truth and understanding, understanding, and overstanding. Okay. I am here to explain the process, and I'm here to remind you to trust the process. Don't be afraid to read a person's energy. But if you are a reader, make sure you're getting permission to read a person's energy. It's one thing if you're reading energy, and if you're reading a specific person, you have to have permission for that. And so when you don't have permission, you're being manipulative, and you're tapping into an energy that is not meant for you to understand or is not welcome. So you have to be careful, because there are many people in karmic scenarios, and then what happens is you tap into an energy, you get confused, because there are many spirits that are monitoring. And if a person is not healed or protected, spirits will monitor them, and for with purposes to manipulate and throw them off the path. So just be aware of these things. Everybody's not deceptive, but everybody's not real. Um, Trust the energy. Trust people to be who they show you to be, not who they tell you, who they show you. How does the energy feel? 333. All right. I will continue to upload general energetic readings, and what comes up comes up. It is just to align you and show you where you are on your journey, like as a compass. But I don't see any face. I'm not judging. And then here on TikTok or on my Instagram. Um, Instagram is more of my personality. I pick up on the energy and I project it based on what I analyze. There are some personal aspects to me, but I am representing my zodiac, and I'm showing you what I do. So um, trust what I'm showing you. I'm a very laid back, comical, fun loving person, and I like to express myself that way on Instagram. That's what I do there. YouTube, I'm building it there, but that's where I'm mostly putting out energetic scenarios that I'm picking up on. And it could be from the internet, it could be that I'm going to see out there, it could be just what I'm picking up on. It's like a tower that's picking up on um, signals, okay? Um, because I analyze, and I discern, and I use all the energies to pretty much figure out which way I need to do, what I need to do, and as far as the five W's and the how along the journey. So I'm just here to spread that knowledge as your land navigation specialist. Remember who you are, discover your truth, find out what you're supposed to be doing here, because you're here to make a difference. You ain't here to just be worried about no daggone soulmate. Um, with some extensions to their body that make you feel a certain way. It's more to that. It's about the journey. It's about your soul. And excuse me. Unfortunately, there are people that are soulless. Everybody is spiritual, but not everybody works in the light. Okay? Be here in the present. Stay awake to your truth at all times. Okay? Peace. I wish you blessings. Happy healing. I wish you a happy full lunar eclipse. Remember, people gonna be in their emotions. And you need to stay grounded. See through the illusions. I hope Mercury treats you very nicely. Cause she been going in on me. And I'm having fun with it. I ain't even gonna trip. Just ride the wave. Make it do what it do because it is what it is. And remember, it was what it was. So it's gonna be whatever it's gonna be this way. You have to accept that whatever the divine has for you, rejection is protection and it's a form of redirection. You just have to learn the lesson. If you're supposed to be in college, you don't want to keep repeating elementary school, right? You're supposed to be in high school when you don't want to be in kindergarten, right? Okay. So you learn these lessons and you ascend and you will grow. And you have to become the energy that you desire. Not fix yourself up so you can find somebody else. You got to actually become that boss energy if you want some boss energy. You got to become that. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your truth. You got to believe in the higher power. You have to trust in the unknown and you have to know that there is something against you and there is something for you. All right, 36 on the clock. So I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna leave this here, and I wish you a happy Mercury retrograde. I'm gonna be back though. Peace.